Okay, so let's do this again because I really did it bad. So we're going to do it. We're going to cut it at 8.5 inches the long way. Okay, and while we have it here, I want to score at 3/4. And I'm moving this because well, I probably don't have to. So I want to do, yeah, I'm going to move my score line back to my cut line, and we want to do 3 1/8. And then from there, we're going to do another 3/4. So I'm going to move this back to my cut line. My score line is on my cut line, and I'm going to score at 3/4. And then again, I'm going to move that score line to my cut line and do 3 1/8. Okay, that should do it. So let's go ahead and fold these and make sure that, now see, it does not line up. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, it lines up just about perfectly. Okay, so we want this to be 1 inch wide. We don't want it to be this wide. So let's go ahead and take this and cut it on the 1 inch wide line. There we go. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to glue this to here. And it might be better to glue it. No. So I'm going to fold it on this line so that the back part is longer than the front part. And you'll want to just go ahead and flap that over, make sure it, yep, it does. So I am going to glue that area right here that flaps over. Oh, and I have a lot of glue coming out. Let me put this back on here so my glue doesn't dry out. And I'm going to burnish that down really well. I'm going to fold it and burnish it some more. There we go. So we have that piece just perfect. So let's put that one aside and let's get on to the next piece. Okay, so we've gotten another scrap, and what we want to do is we want to cut this at 4.5 inches, and then 1 inch wide. So I'm going to go ahead and mark, and we want to mark this at 1 inch on one side and then 2 inches on the other side. So we have a mark on the top that's 1 inch, and then we have a mark at the bottom which is 1 inch. So the reason we're doing that is, and if you can score like this, go ahead and score. I'm going to put my little triangle on my black line, and then I'm going to line up that and score, and then I'm going to move it and put, so you see I have that mark on the black line, and then I've put the 2 inch on this side, and we want to score that like that. So we have something like this. We're going to fold it and fold it. Okay. Okay, so we want to go ahead and decorate this. Now we know it's 1 inch wide. I'm going to look for something Oh, you know what I did? So this is Summer's End paper, and I have gone ahead and taken one of their, they have individual pictures, and this is an individual strip. And I've gone ahead and resized it so that it's 7/8 of an inch wide. And so I cut off my top piece, and I'm going to flip it just to make sure that I'm cutting it at 7/8 of an inch. You can use just regular paper if you like that. For example, something like this. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that. So I have 7/8 of an inch. And I'm going to check it. Yep, fits perfectly in that section. So then the other thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and cut off that little white spot. That was the margin of my paper. So the thing that I want to do is I want to make sure and get this little triangle. No, that gets glued. I want to get this little triangle covered, and I want to get this little triangle covered. So probably the easiest way to do that is to lay this down on your paper. Let's move this because maybe you won't get as much glare. So I'm going to lay it down on my paper, and I'm going to mark. That's the middle of the V, and that's the top, and then that's the top. So I can basically connect those dots and make that triangle. So it goes from there to there. And then it goes from there to there. Okay, so basically, I'm going to go ahead and cut this first one because we are going to put this here. And I'm going to cut it just a little bit short. Okay. And then I want to go ahead and put this here. And I'm going to cut on this side of the line, and we'll check it. Oh, just about perfect, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to erase. I have a few little places where the pencil. Okay, so these are the two pieces that we want. Let's move everything else out of the way. So I'm going to glue these on here. I'm going to glue this one here, and I'm going to glue this one here, and you can still kind of see, I'll always love you. And if you're just using pretty paper, you don't have to line things up so well. Just make sure you get this triangle covered. Yep, there we go. And then get the little long spot covered. And my glue is working really nice right now. Yay! I guess I win. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our book. So we want to come down from the top just about 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and mark on here where 3/4 of an inch is, right there. Because we want to be able to put this right about there. So the top of this is going to be on that 3/4 inch mark. Okay, so it's that far down from the top. But you also want to make sure that this triangle is in line with the fold, like that. So we are going to have several things we have to watch out for. First of all, we have to watch out for this triangle down at the bottom, and we also have to make sure that we line that up. But then, when we've glued this down, we need to make sure that we have this going the entire length of this. Okay, and we will cut this off. It's too long, but we'll cut that off later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some glue just on this little triangle, this very black triangle. And it will go like that. So I'm going to see if I can't line it up. First of all, there we go. Oh, I think that's going to work. So what I did was I lined this up with my 3/4 of an inch, and then I made sure this was in the fold. Now you can see we can cut off just a little bit more than that. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my scissors and very carefully I'm going to cut just on the inside of that line. There we go. And that's about, yep, that's just about perfect. Look at that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so we still have this, and we have to do something with this. What you'll want to do is you'll want to line one of these at the bottom of this, and you'll want to mark it as best you can. There we go. Because we want to keep our glue from here to here. All of this is going to be glued. So I'm going to go ahead and start that. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that. I'm going to line this up. And as I get it lined up, I'm going to push Okay, so when we open that, that comes up like that, and it falls down like that. Did you see that? Let's see if we can do that again. As I open it, there it goes. Okay. So then the next thing that we want to do is we want to take and make, let's see, we want to make 3 little rectangles at 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So now I'm going to use this and then I'm going to decorate it. So let's go ahead and cut 3 1/4. Oh, that's no, that's only 2 1/4. So I'm going to get some scrap paper. I'm going to see if I have some scrap paper. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to do 3 1/4, and I'm putting it on the long way to see if I can get more. Well, let's see how big it is. Yeah, 3 1/4. And then we want, oh, let me put my, I'm going to put my pin in. I'm sorry. I really need to be more careful of that. Okay, so then we want 3 1/4 by 4. So let's cut some 4-inch pieces. 1, 2, and I don't have enough for this one, so let me get another piece. Okay, so I'm going to use this, but I'm not going to glue it, just enough to show you what we're doing. So we'll pretend we have 3 of this size. I don't have any scrap paper, none that, oh, there we go. Yeah, that won't work either. And I don't want to take the time from you, so we're going to go ahead and work with it like this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to glue some pretty paper on here, or a picture, or whatever you like. And then we are going, for the first one, we're going to glue it. I have to make sure that's going to fit in here. I think it's just a little bit too big. It is, it's just a little bit too big. So let's take off an inch off that bottom. Yeah. So I'm going to take an inch off. There we go. And I'm going to take an inch off of this one too. Okay. I'm going to save these again. Those are perfect for attaching things. So basically what we want to do is, yes, that's much better. Okay, we want to put glue on not this little piece up here, but just on this long rectangle. And then one of my pieces that's going to be decorated or a picture, I want to make sure that it's in kind of the middle here. I don't want it to be over this edge or over this edge. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish that down really nicely. And then the other one, I'm going to glue on top of this little, it's kind of like a square, a little bit more rectangle than square. I'm going to put my glue on that. And I don't want them to touch. I just want them to be kind of close together, but I want them to be pretty much in the same direction. Now, that might work. If this were the same size, then we would glue one down here at the bottom. So I'll just pretend I have one glued down there. So when you shut this, it folds up onto itself. Oh, that's just a little bit off. It's just a little bit off. I'm not going to worry about it though. It's going to be good enough. There we go. And you can cut that if you want to. I might go ahead and do that. I'm going to cut that. Yeah, there it goes. It's hidden now. It's just a very small piece. Ah, that looks funny. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to worry about it. It's a little bit messy. Oh, I don't know where my pin went. See? Okay, we'll find out later. So this is basically this piece. And then tomorrow we're going to go ahead, or the next day, we're going to go ahead and put these together and put them in our book. So I hope you join me, and we will do a little bit more decorating with this. And I am really sorry. That makes me unhappy, so I might have to redo it. Okay. I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping. Bye-bye. Hi, so before we attach this page to this page, I'm going to show you a cute little trick. I think we've done this before, but I'm going to show you why we keep all of our scraps. I keep a little box of scraps just over there. And we've done this before. I think you've seen this, but just in case, we're going to do this again. So I've gone ahead, and what I had left from the I'll Always Love You scrap, I put that in the middle. And then I'm going to go ahead, and I have another piece that's just going to fit right there. So I'm going to put that one on there. And I kind of budge them up together. And then I'll probably take a different one and put on next to it. And I have this little one. Actually, will that fit there? Yeah, let's put that on that side. And so you keep building these until you have a piece of paper, and I generally smudge them. And then once you have pretty much all of them on, let's see, will that fit? No, let's do a couple more little things. Ooh, they're really hard to hold once they get too thin. And I did make them thin so that I could have quite a few on here. Different ones. And then, oh, that'd be perfect. So basically what you would try to do is to get all of your black covered. And once that's all covered, then you can cut away the excess. And that did not stick. Now I put enough glue on it. There we go. And then I think I'm just going to put that little corner right there. And again, my glue's trying to dry out. There we go. So once you have your entire back covered, then we go ahead and we start cutting these off. Cutting these and these. So that you can decorate this here. You can put it on those little balls that make it stand up. And I'm going to go ahead and smudge all my edges right now. If you like to, you can find a piece of cardstock and kind of put it on another piece of cardstock so that it kind of sticks out. It's up to you. I'm going to do that. I think that's kind of a cool idea. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And I need very much to keep my pin in my glue. Okay, I'm going to cut this. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this and place it on there. Okay, that's looking nice. And then I think I probably would just glue this down. I'm not going to put any more I don't want to take any more space up, so I'm not going to put any, you know, there's those little foamy dots. And again, you can decorate these, and when they close. Okay, so what I found out about this is it's very important that you get this straight, and that's why mine's not going as well as it should. It's not quite straight. It's good enough. Like you can see, this is going to get put up at the top, so it's still going to have some edge at the bottom. Okay, so now the fun part, putting this together. So the first thing that I want to do is, okay, Okay, this actually, where is our page? Okay, we have a page. You want to make sure that your tops are all at the top where they're supposed to be. And this, I'm going to put this on the back of, actually, I'm going to put this one on the front of this. Okay, so this is my top of my regular 6-page page. And I'm going to put it on the very front. I'm not going to put it on the back. So I have these in the middle. So I want to just lay that so that I make sure that I have that. Now, I made one of these from scratch, and basically what they are, they're 1 inch wide. And then however long scraps you have. And then you go ahead and score them in the middle. And we use those for joiners. They make really great joiners. So I've gone ahead and I've angled off my edges. And so basically what I want to do is I want to attach this to this card. And we want the card, when it closes, to fall like this. Yes, no, yes, no. Okay, so since this one only has one score line in the middle, I'm actually going to go ahead and score another on one side of this line. I'm going to put it on my cut line so that I know where it is. And at the very next score line, I'm going to go ahead and score, so that we have something that looks like this. And then you'll have to fold it so that you have a little edge. And then one side of this, I think I want it to go like that. So I want it to fold under that way. I'm trying to think. Okay, I want it at the top, so it will have to be looking like this. Your corner looks odd, but that's how it's going to be. Okay, so I want to glue, and you're going to have to keep these separate. I want to glue the inside of one of these flaps. I don't want to glue that 1/8 of a section. I want to keep that free. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue that on there like that. I'm going to burnish it really well. Yeah, and see, that makes a little lip over where this folds. So then the next thing I want to do is I actually want to glue the outside of this. I don't want to glue my 1/8 of an inch. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach this pretty close to the top, just about maybe 1/8 of an inch away from the top. I'm going to open this up and burnish it from the other side for sure. And then I'm going to open it and burnish from this side. So in here you could actually cut out a little one of these little guys and glue him in one of these sides. You can put all kind of pictures, but then as this folds and folds down, your page will go into your book like this. So then to attach this, we're pretty much going to do the same thing, and I have a couple little pieces right here that I'm going to use. And I kind of think that just one score line will work on this because we're not going to be doing it as much bulk for this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and score. That's 1 inch wide. I'm going to score at the 1/2 inch mark. Oops. And you can go ahead and glue the outside of one side. I want to make sure that the right side is going up. So I'm going to flip it and glue it on here. So that you see what I did. When you open it like this, that's the top. Flip it just to the right and put your little piece on this side. And then we're going to go ahead and put glue on this. And we're going to glue it. I'm going to glue mine about in the middle of this left edge. So you not only have this one, but you also have this. So as you go ahead and decorate these pieces, the decorative paper that you have is going to hide this attachment, and you will do that on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys put your pretty papers on all of this, however you like, and then we're going to go ahead and put some of these in our book next time. I hope you've liked this. It was kind of fun, something different, and I'll see you next time as we insert our decorated all of our decorated pages into our book so that we can kind of keep a little bit of space so they open up nicely. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. I sure have enjoyed playing with you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.